work on getting settled, and we'll get started in just a moment. I see a bunch of you are in here. Welcome, welcome. Say hi to Dev. She's also going to be helping us in the comments. I know there's like a lag, so let's just go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, it's Tiana from the Maniology team here with our weekly live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can find us here on another nail stamping journey. So whether it's a tutorial, technique, or hack, we're here to discuss the details, and we're so happy you could join us. So super cool things today. And first of all, though, before I get into any of that, if you enjoy our videos and the content we share, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these really cool and hopefully really helpful videos regarding our nail stamping or just nail art in general. And yeah, so if you have friends or family members that you think would enjoy this content, please go ahead and share this. But a few weeks ago, so I'm jumping right in because we got a lot of things to do today. A few weeks ago, I posted in our community regular polishes. Name a few of your favorite brands. So if any of you happen to write your suggestions, there was a whole bunch of names that were listed in there. So thank you to everybody who participated. All kind of brand names came in. Some that I knew, and some that have been around for a while. But there were a lot of perhaps maybe indie brands that I've never heard of before. So depending on how this video goes today, maybe I should do an indie section. That would be pretty cool. But I did a haul. I guess maybe that's not the best way to see. But I did a nail polish shopping haul, and I want to show you guys what I have in here. So today we're going to be discussing basically nail stamping polish versus regular polish. I want to experiment what I have in that bag, and we'll talk about the differences. And if you are new to nail stamping, I think the object here is that you don't have to go out and find nail stamping polish, although of course we do recommend it. And I know it's tempting when we have all these wonderful, beautiful, opaque colors, but you may already have started your nail art journey with a collection of regular polishes. And can you stamp with those? You sure can. So let's see what I have here. I have my receipt too. I spent like 70 something bucks on these polishes. So let's see what I got. Okay, to be fair, I chose colors that, so I went to Sally's and I picked up like a whole bunch of colors. I think there's 9 in here, and I wanted to do like a side-by-side comparison. So I tried to think of colors that Maniology has that I could probably do a side-by-side. So here are a few colors that I picked up. Let's see. Is that it? That is it. Okay. So some of these brands actually were mentioned in the picture. I'm sorry, the community. So of course we have OPI. I have 2 OPIs. I figured, we go with the creme de la creme for a black and white. I have China Glaze. Okay, so this is called a Flamboyant. Cute. They also had this brand at Sally's called Koki. Hopefully I said that correctly. Koki Professional. Okay, so I have a Citrus Splash, and this one is Photo Op. Sally's Insta-Dry. I have personally used Insta-Dry before. I really enjoy using it as like a regular base. But this one, is there a name? Just in Wine. It's really, really tiny over here. Number 423. I also have this brand too called Nail Boo. And does this have a color? cute cumber. That's cute. Cute cumber. And I have finger paints. I know finger paints has been around for a long time. And this one is Margaret's Masterpiece. Probably saying that wrong. So actually, with all of the colors that I picked out, I do have like a dupe or something close to for the Maniology line. So we are going to go ahead and make a start soon. I'm just kind of reorganizing the polishes according to the colors I chose. And we can do a side-by-side comparison and go from there. But I think some really important things to kind of talk about before I get started. So again, you know, this is a really helpful video, especially if this is something that you've maybe never thought of or, you know, going into nail stamping. But I want to talk about, first of all, regular polish and stamping polish. What exactly is the difference? There is no difference in the sense of they're both regular polishes. I think it's just an easier or a terminology that we just use for regular polish, meaning, you know, just something that you would use on your base, and then a stamping polish that is pretty much more opaque. I think, you know, and it's formulated for nail stamping. I think that's kind of like the main difference. But when we say regular polish, it means polish formulated to be taken off by either acetone or like an acetone included product like a nail polish remover, that kind of thing. So again, when we say the term regular polish, both are in fact regular polish. Okay. And another thing too, I also feel like it's important to mention the goals of when searching for the best polish for nail stamping. So, you know, when I'm looking for a stamping polish, let me just get like a tip or something here. Here's just an example, okay? When I am looking, or when you're looking for a nail stamping polish, I think number one, you're looking for a polish that has clean, sharp lines for image pickup. You know, many of the designs that are on the nail stamping plate are very intricate, and you want to be able to pick up all of those little fine details, whether it's like a flower or a little star or something like that. You want to be able to have a polish that picks up all of that. Two, vivid pigmentation. Image that transfers clearly in one stamp. Very, very important because, you know, for stamping, you don't want to re-stamp the color over and over again. You know, that's just, it's unnecessary, especially when there's products out there such as stamping polish that could really do that job. So that, you know, that's really talking about the opacity level. 3, fast drying capacity. You know, you want something that's quick drying, especially if you're going to be doing like a layered design, something like this. And price. For some people, that definitely might be a factor. You know, how much is the price of the product that you're using? You know, we've all seen what polishes can go for. You can find something that's really cheap. Maybe find like a really solid nail polish for 99 cents. And polishes can go all the way up to about 12 to 15 bucks, depending. I think out of the regular polishes, OPI was probably, OPI and Nail Boo was actually my most expensive. So these three, each of these polishes were $11.49 a piece. You know, so for a regular polish, granted, you can get a lot of use out of it, you know, but still, that's kind of a steep price to pay for just one polish, especially because this is not special effects too. This is just a cream base. So again, maybe me putting in my own opinion about how I feel about that. You know, I mean, I think it is pretty commonplace. OPI does have like a pretty high price point, but for a cream polish, I mean, to each their own. I'm not judging, but I don't know if I would want to spend no $12 on a cream polish. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping for a dual chrome something, you know, but again, that's just my opinion. No shade or anything being thrown anybody's way. So please don't take it that way. But, you know, that's just something, you know, for any of you that might be a factor. So that's just something to kind of mention. So going back over, I was talking about clarity is important, opacity is important, the fact that it's quick drying, and then price. You know, those I think are some pretty important factors. And let's just go ahead and jump into the demo so we can kind of do a side-by-side comparison and kind of talk about this. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up, I have plate here, M230. So this is actually a Maniology, I think, an anniversary plate that we came out with last year. So it has some like tropical, I just kind of picked some plates at random. This has like a tropical flair, but I really liked the foliage and stuff. So let's go ahead. Let's start off with the creme de la creme, right? We're gonna start off with the black and white. No, oh. And for this, for kicks, we're gonna do, you know, a stamp over a black and white. Now I'm just, these colors don't really pay no attention. It's just, what do you call? Using our stamping polish as the base, okay? Sorry. Okay, so I have a black base. And now I'm going in with our BAM white, which is a very beautiful and opaque white. Let's go in. Make sure I have everything. Okay, so this is BAM white. So I feel like looking at this instantly, it you know, it matches all the criteria I had mentioned. It definitely has clean, sharp lines for the image pickup. And these lines are very fine. And you can also see those little dots inside the leaves. They all managed to pick up very nicely. It's not very liquidy. You also have very vivid pigmentation. The image transfers clearly in one stamp. I wouldn't need to go, you know, pick up the image again. But especially with an image like this, why would you? Why would you want to do that? Okay. And definitely fast drying. It's been dry. So let's go ahead, clean that off, and stamp with OPI's white. Okay. Do I have acetone in here? That would be funny if I didn't. Sorry for all the shaking. Doesn't feel like I have acetone in here. I will be right back. Let me go grab my other bottle. Alrighty. So now we're gonna go in with the OPI white. I didn't say what the name was. This is Alpine Snow. Okay, and just for safe measure, because I haven't opened these up, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of rub it around in my hand. Kind of shake it up. Okay, I can already tell this is, I mean, this looks really opaque, but the formula is not as thick, but let's try it. That picked up nicely. Is this gonna be a good substitute? Hey, not bad. If you ask me, I think that worked out pretty good. Okay, so I wish I had a Sharpie here. Darn. I'll just kind of separate it. But can you see the difference? This is our BAM white. This is regular polish. This is the OPI. I think line clarity came out nicely. Vivid pigmentation, that I think is like the biggest thing. Fast drying, it's dried. Price, I already told you what the price is. Our price, I think you can get the bundle of black and white stamping polish for the same price you can get one cream. So it's not as opaque as our BAM white, but if you're in a pinch and you don't, or if you just don't have our BAM white, I would use that as a substitute. I mean, it looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. I'll keep them in two separate piles on the side here since I don't have a Sharpie. Okay. Yeah, that's promising. I'm like, let's do another design here. It did look a little gray in comparison, but I think it's because it's not as white. But let's try the black. So I have white here. Let's get 2 white sticks and I will go ahead and, so I got our Maniology straight up black. And I don't know about you guys, but if any of you have tried our straight up black, oh gosh, I love our black. It's definitely a go-to color for me. Shoot. Okay, let's get this clear. Very nice, very black, very opaque. The lines are sharp, very vivid color. Okay, so let's leave that on the side. I don't know, the white was promising, so I'm kind of excited to try the black and see if that would be a good sub. Oh, I didn't shake this one. Let me shake this. And the black that I'm using, I didn't mention the name, is called Black Onyx. Again, the formula looks very light, but I don't think that's, I don't know if you guys can see how sheer, let me see if I can bring that up, how sheer that is. Let's try. Okay, picked up very nicely. I can tell, let me just put down these lines because we don't want it. Black Onyx contains formaldehyde. Oh. I guess it's good that our stamping polishes don't. I didn't know that. Thank you. Okay, so let's compare. Looks good. Crisp lines, picks up really nicely. However, I feel like this is the BAM white, this is the black onyx. Can you guys tell the difference? To me, this one looks a little more like a really dark gray. But again, if you already have black onyx on your shelf or in your collection to use as a stamping polish, I think that would be great. Another little tip too, the older the polish, probably the better, because the thicker stamping polish has greater opacity because of its thickness. So that would be something. But I think it's pretty good. Alrighty. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and compare the finger paints, blue, and I have Midnight Madness for our Maniology, and what did I say? The Marguerite's Masterpiece. Okay. Let's do, actually, I'm really excited to try one of these really heavily etched out designs here. Let's see how that looks. So with this, I'm gonna need a light design. So I just have, a light base. So I got some purple sticks here. So this is a beautiful cobalt blue. Pick up. Okay. So this one, with these kind of polishes and stuff, I think I may have dug out, oh, see over there, the lines aren't crisp, but I feel that had something to do with my scraping rather than the image, because the image is etched out really nicely on the plate. But that's really dark, opaque. You can see the design. Okay, let's go in with the finger paints. Shake, shake, shake. Tea, don't forget that. Okay. This looks like it's going to be very sheer. I can already tell. You can already tell from the pickup. Okay. I think some of you asked for finger paints. If I had to compare in similar color, you can clearly tell the difference. The sheer, this is our Maniology. I think maybe you would have to try finger paint, maybe other colors and experiment, but with this one, didn't work. I think if you wanted to do something like a jelly, perhaps, that could be really cool. Okay, so I have a new plate over here. Just figure I change it up. I have M258. Has a lot of really, like, what is it called? Like a single, it looks kind of like that single pen, single brush design. There's some really beautiful art in general. So let's go ahead and use that. And what's our next color lineup? I got some berry, like a berry color. So here, I know it's not an exact dupe color, but I think this is the closest I could find. So I got Viper, and this one, the Just in Wine. Okay. I know for this, because I've used this for stamping before, got to be quick about it, especially because it's an Insta-Dry. But let's see. Polish color. Let's try with gray. I have gray tips here. Okay. Picks up really nice. Sorry, I was trying to be really careful to stamp because I picked up 2 images. So that is Viper. And let me go ahead and clean this up. Funny, here at the office and stuff, that was my boss that was coming up, Ren. And he has a very distinctive walk whenever he comes up the stairs. Okay. So now I'm picking up the Insta-Dry. The pickup is very nice. Okay. The fact that the arm didn't complete its pickup, that was my fault, not the polish, because clearly you can tell that the image is etched perfectly fine on the plate. Aside from the fact that they're not exact dupes in color, not bad. I think the Insta-Dry works really well. Like I said, I personally do have use with Insta-Dry. I have used it before. Again, because it is meant to be an instant dry formula, I would work quickly. But I think it's a go. Okay, let me clean this. Let me clean the plate, get a new cotton. Okay, I like a lot of the designs on this. It's so cute and just really dainty. So what's in the next color profile? Like a mauve. I think mauve is like the next color. So here I have Sugar Plum and this design. I think I saw comments about the bottle. This is a really cute bottle. And the handle is really nice too. That looks promising. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, I have, let's do purple. I just got rando colors here. So let's see. I'll do the anatomical heart. Oh, shoot. Okay, this one I did backwards. Okay. So now let's do the Maniology one. Sorry. Going in with the Sugar Plum. Okay. So Maniology, Koki brand. Um, hmm, Again, sharpness I don't think is a problem with picking up the lines. So far, I haven't really found a very liquidy. Maybe the finger paints was probably the most liquidy formula. But this one looks okay, but I think I would prefer the opacity of Maniology. I don't know, what do you guys think? The line work is just, again, more crisp and more vivid. So I think I see a question that came in here. It says, any tips for cleanup when using straight up black? You know, I'll be honest. So for me, I have really deep, what would you call this? Like nail wells. Okay. I know some people, I'm not meticulous on putting cuticle oil, even though I know I should be. So when using straight up black, I know this is very opaque, and I do have a tendency to have a lot of bleeding of the color into my deep nail wells. This is my tip for cleanup. Scotch tape. Take Scotch tape before you touch acetone and stuff. If you have any type of excess stamping or anything like that, I would go ahead and take some Scotch tape, and assuming that I had, you know, excess, and pull off whatever you can going around your nail. Okay. And go around the nail and just pick up whatever you can. The rest, if there is anything left onto the nail, then I would take a cleanup brush. I'm trying to see if I can find a cleanup brush. I don't happen to have my cleanup brush here. I like to use the it's a part of our turquoise and dotting tool set. I like to use the flat tip as a cleanup, or you can use like a one that is kind of angled, like an angled cleanup brush. But then I would go in with some really light, just wet the tip of the bristles, but don't put it like super soaking, and try to like, I don't like to smudge it. I like to kind of clean off as much black. In the midst of doing that, I want to keep the brush clean. Darn, I wish I could show you guys this. Okay, I am using gel. I would like to address this for you. So remind me at the end of this video to show that, okay? Because I still have a decent amount of stamping and stuff, and I don't want to get sidetracked, but just if you can, remember. Dev, can you remind me? Okay, so next I have another Koki color. So we're doing like a mint, like a seafoamy mint. So I got Moon Glow, and Koki I got Citrus Splash. Okay. Alrighty, and I think it would be best, I have gray. Let's use a darker color here. Hey, why not? I have a, what do you call? I really want to try this plate out, actually. This is a new plate, M258, currently on our site. But yeah, I wanted to try. This is like really cute. I love Minty Green too. It's definitely a go-to. Okay, cute little blocks. Okay. Very nice. Let me go ahead and clean this off, because this one, there's some flowers that I'm gonna stamp in this design. So picking up in that same color. So cute. Okay, now I have to go ahead and oh, that worked out so nicely. Look at that. Okay. So let's clean off and let's do this process over again. Okay, so now going in with the Koki color. Let's pick up those blocks. Okay. Okay, I think I can see like the sheerness already coming through with the gray. It looks thick. It definitely looked thick, but when it stamps, there is a level of sheerness. But let's just go ahead and continue. Again, I have so far nothing to say about the wateriness or, you know, how liquid any of these polishes. They're picking up the designs really nicely. Okay. So let's go ahead and compare. So this is the Maniology and this is the Koki. Aside from, again, color difference and stuff, I think, again, the Maniology for this kind of light color, definitely more opaque. It is just a very light color for both, but I think I would end up going with the Maniology. I like this letter color too, though. And just if you're curious too, this one was only $5.79. So if you left this even as a base color, that's pretty decent. And if you're curious about the plate that I am using, I am currently using M258. Okay, so the next colors I have is red. So I'm using this China Glaze, and I have Fire Your Side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up a few of the flowers. It's kind of like a, I don't want to say a pinky red, but there's Fireside. Very nice. This would look so cute if it was reverse stamped. Looks so cute now. Excuse me. And now let's do it again with China Glaze. I've used China Glaze for stamping before. I don't know if I've had, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should, again, reserve all my comments for later because this one looks pretty good. Don't say anything to you, just Wait. Oh, this looks kind of neon-y, actually, like a... Huh. Coming out of the bottle, that wasn't what I expected. Is it coming out kind of neon to you guys? I think so. So again, line looks good. This is Maniology. This is China Glaze. If I had to use it, if it was in my collection, yeah, for sure, I would use it. Looks pretty good. The color is kind of throwing me off because I wasn't expecting like that neon, but definitely side by side. I agree with Monica. It looks neon, but I think did a pretty solid job. That's my fault. Oh, good. I was able to take that off. Good. Looks good. Okay. And I have one more color. And you know what? I have a St. Patty's Day plate in front of me, so why not end off with that and a green, right? So this plate is M258, has some really cute St. Patty's themes on here with like 4-leaf clover and some really cute, fun designs with the horseshoes. Also some French designs. Okay. So this one I am using here, Pasture, and this is the Nail Boo. Now, if you ask me, for the same price as OPI, I'm hoping big things for this one because it was the same price. Maybe I'm asking for too much, but we'll see. Reserve all my comments, right, T? I feel like I've been stunned already. Oh, that's tight. Okay, let's go ahead. I want to use this 4-leaf clover full nail design. So now I'm using Pasture. Fun. Okay. And the last stamp I have is the Nail Boo. Okay. It's a little milky and sheer. It picked up. Okay. Now that you can see it side by side, I think it's obvious which one I would recommend to stamp with, unless something really sheer is or maybe if you had a white, the color would come out a little bit better, but yeah, definitely not stamping over a dark color like this. I feel like even if you stamped over a white, this would be kind of like a far-fetched stamp. As far as clarity, looks pretty clear to me. The line work looks pretty clear, but clearly it's missing in pigmentation. So again, maybe if we let this stand for a little bit and thicken up, you could probably get away with this if this is in your collection. If not, just use it as a really cool base color. That's fine. Somebody asking, Let's see, Crystal. Tiana, did you lose your pineapple off your cotton? Yes, I have. So this is not a new product. I just made an edit. My pineapple fell off. But I still use it because nothing's wrong with the product itself. But the cuteness part is fell off. So I think, you know, we found some really good items. If any of you have any of these colors and or brands in your collection already and would like to try, I would say experiment. Let me back up a little so I can see a little better. Let's see what my tops were. I think if I had to choose a top 3, okay, maybe let's do top 3 in brands, 'cause that would be kind of more fair, right? So I would do 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, I think maybe I'd do that. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and I'll tell you why. And I don't know if you agree. You can definitely write in the comments if you, you know, how you guys feel. I went with the Insta-Dry as my #1 pick. I think the reason for that is price point is really good. The way that it turned out onto the stamp was great. And, you know, they offer a decent amount of styles. I'm wondering if in the black and white, you'd be able to get the same quality as an OPI, but for half the price. Right? Right. So 1, Sally Hansen. Okay. 2, OPI. OPI, I think, as far as the crispness with both the black and the white, came out really, really nice for not being a stamping polish and not having the same formulation for stamping polish. Really, really good job. However, kind of steep on the price, which was basically $12. I mean, $11.49 plus tax. That's basically a $12 polish. But you can use it both ways. That's kind of cool. But you could also use the Maniology one for both ways if you wanted to. Just saying. And lastly, I think Koki, nice. I think the other, the teal was a bit sheer. So my opinion is gonna go based off of what I think the color is. Honestly, I think this one and the China Glaze would probably be similar, or maybe like neck and neck. But China Glaze is more expensive. This one is like $9.19. This one was cheaper, coming in at $5.79. So I mean, yeah. Like I said, all of these polishes, if you're interested, you can find them at Sally's Beauty Supply if it happens to be in your neck of the woods. We actually happen to have a Sally's here in Hawaii, so that's the reason why I went there. Yeah, so again, it kind of answers the question, do you need to buy specialty stamping polish for doing stamping? If you don't, if you already have like a whole collection of regular polishes, then no, try them, explore, and see what works for you and what doesn't. You know, maybe the next time when you're ready to replenish or replace that particular color and you want to try a stamping polish, then yeah, that would be cool. But do you have to? Absolutely not. I think, again, going back to the main goals when you are looking for a stamping polish: clarity, opacity, or, you know, honestly, the opacity is kind of neck and neck with the clarity, and it's fast drying, and then possibly price. So, you know, it really depends on what you're looking for. And I think that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and show what the final looks like. This is all the regular polishes here. Did pretty good. Finger paints is definitely probably my least fave though. I lied. Where is the other one I didn't even put in here? Where's that? The nail boo. Did I toss that away already? I think I might have. Yeah, the nail boo is probably my least favorite. Okay, so I think that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's live. I hope you guys learned a lot of fun things and enjoyed watching me stamp side-by-side comparisons of regular polish and stamping polish. I don't know. Try and experiment. You may definitely have a one coater already sitting on your shelf, so don't worry about that. Nail art is supposed to be fun and exciting and exploratory, so definitely go on your stamping journey, see what you got, see what you can use, and you might be surprised. If you have any questions, go ahead and write them down in the comments. I'll take a look at them later, or me and my team will take a look at it later and try and address anything that we possibly can. I'm sure Devon and our core team here in the chat has helped out. Let me just take a really fast look if there's any questions I can address for you guys now. Let's see. Next round, include orally. Yeah, that would have been another brand to pick up. I just kind of wanted to make it a little varying. And honestly, I don't think Sally's had that much to choose from. Let's see. Teresa's asking tips on scraping. Is there any particular tips on scraping? Oh, and I'm not signing off yet because I just remembered that I was going to show the tip for the stamping black, right? I'm so sorry. I forgot the name of who had asked for that. Is that audience member still in the chat? Do you guys still want to see that? Let's see. Give me some thumbs up if you guys still like to see the removing of the black polish. If not, I'll keep my manicure. Let's see. Okay. I see some thumbs up, so let's, yeah. I said I would, so let's just do it. Okay. A few things that I would like to mention. So if you are a person, let me just go in really quickly, okay? So if you do not have a nail polish protector or nail cuticle protector, excuse me, then these are the tips that I would recommend to you when stamping onto your own nail. Okay? So, I'm trying to see what the best, maybe using a design like this. Okay. I'm gonna use this design. Okay. And right here, I have the straight up black. First thing I would recommend is, based on the size of your nail, I would go ahead and paint on your polish a little differently. Okay, so here, this is what I mean. Okay, so I'm gonna do this on my pointer finger. So you see what I'm doing? I'm actually kind of curving it for my cuticle. Okay, like that. So I don't get the whole design, all right? And I'm going to scrape in the opposite direction because you don't want to lose that shape. Okay, let's pick it up. So this is how it looks like on the pickup. All right, so you can see right now what I'm gonna do is snap it to my nail. Okay, so that's one. So you see how I have just a little bit of polish, but before I touch my acetone, let's go ahead and get that Scotch tape. Okay, and that little bit right there, see if I can take that off. Okay, you guys can see that? For the most part, it came off. Okay. Pretty good. All you would have to do is put your top coat on, right? But say that doesn't happen. Let's try again. I'm gonna do it now with another design. Same concept, but this time I'm gonna try and get a little bit more on my skin, okay? So again, kind of making that U shape that kind of fits my nail. If yours is more squared off, then you could make a square shape. Okay, make sure to scrape in the opposite direction because you don't want to lose that U shape. So you see how that came out? Okay. Okay, I still did that a little bit too. Oh, there, I got more black. Okay. So I go with my Scotch tape, clean off whatever I possibly can. Okay, this part I already know is going to be kind of a tricky area. Why? Because in all those kinds of things, okay? That's fine. But we still want to clean that off, right? So now, let me go get my cleaning brush. I'll be right back. Depending on, you know, your own personal preference, some people might like a more angled brush. I actually prefer this brush. I've been using it for years. This dotting tool is loved, very, very loved, but doesn't matter, still works. So this is what I mean. I actually just use, I have my acetone pump here that I've been using for years. I like to put a little bit in here and wet it, but I will kind of blot off the excess. You see how, because I don't want it super goopy, and just clean off. Okay, do you see how I cleaned off the excess black from the polish? I mean, from the brush. The reason why I did that is because if you don't do that, then all you're gonna be doing is smearing the black onto the skin, okay? If I just kept going like this, kept going, now the black is gonna turn gray. So there's still a little bit more, but on a clean brush, I'm gonna take a little bit more, okay? Again, it's too wet. Take off the excess. Now there's not a lot of black. Now I can kind of brush it if I want to, okay? And there you go. Another clean stamp. I know black is difficult because it's very, very opaque, but if you're gonna use the method of cleaning with a brush, because you've used the Scotch tape method and there's still a little bit left, make sure to always clean your brush. You don't wanna be with the wet acetone and just smudging it all over the place. In between, you want to make sure that your brush is clean. Okay, so I hope that helps. I think really, especially for like the cuticle area over here, using the tip of drawing that U shape is really, really helpful. So I would say try that and make sure to go in the opposite direction because you don't want to lose the shape that you've created here. Okay. So I hope that addressed that concern. And if, you know, you are looking for other solutions, we do offer liquid cuticle protector. So there is poly peel and also a mani mask. Mani mask is the non-latex version. We also have cuticle protectors that basically look like this. This is a one-time use, but a sticker that you can go ahead and put onto your nails before going ahead and stamping, which basically that fits right into the curvature of your nail bed over here. Whereas the poly peel and the mani mask are multi-use. Okay. So I think I addressed everything right now. Let me know again in the comments if you have any questions. I think somebody had mentioned something about the scraping, but maybe we might want to do, I know I've addressed that in a few other videos and stuff too. So just make sure you have a very firm scrape, not too hard, 45-degree angle. And you see, actually, I like to kind of hold my scraper not, I guess, very tight, you know, kind of be a little bit more flexible because you don't want to be digging polish out of your design too. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Hope this was helpful and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So have a nice week and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.